Hi, I'm Linda Martin. I live in Troon. I now enjoy getting out and about, seeing the world round about me. I enjoy living near the sea, where you can go down to the beach. It's just I think if you've lived by the coast, you always have a feeling for the sea. Over the past year or so, I've had a tremendous change in my life, recovering from being bedbound, basically, now living independently as possible.
Following a family bereavement, Linda decided to move nearer to the rest of her family. However, due to several illnesses, she had become incapacitated and needed to go into a nursing home.
When I first went into Redford Nursing Home, I was at probably the lowest point in my life. Physically, I was bedbound and had to be helped to do just about everything. My whole body was in pain. All my joints had more or less seized up. I had no muscular definition or strength at all. Energy was non-existent. I just had no will to live, basically. So that was how I was at that time, really.
I'm Rachel Gordon. I'm currently a care assistant at Redford Nursing Home. When Linda first came into us, she was very, very reserved. She was bedbound when she first came to us, didn't really speak too much to us or have that much communication with us. And we had to do everything for her when she first came in. She didn't move from bed at all. And she wasn't even just to touch Linda, she was sore and she didn't like it. It was quite difficult. It was difficult to get into how to work with her and what she found comfortable, which was quite challenging to start with.
I think trust is the most important thing as far as I'm concerned. I think if you don't trust someone and can't give them your full, I suppose, trust is only word, then you're never going to get anywhere.
After talking to her and getting to know her a bit more, it became clear to us that it's not how she wanted to be. And then eventually she started to gain trust in us and told us, I want to try. And with her saying that gave us, okay, we'll help her, we can do this.
The change, I started to feel the change, wanting to get things better, not wanting to spend the next 20 years in bed in a nursing home. But mainly I would say it was the carers themselves that were willing to keep me going on a daily basis.
We got physio in and they gave her exercises to do twice a day, I'm sure it was, every day. Every little movement to start with Linda made, she was sore. She didn't feel she could do it. But we always just said, keep going, keep at this and you'll get there and it will be worthwhile. And then they got her assessed for a frame, a pulpit walking frame, and she just was walking very short distances. But then eventually she would walk up to the dining room and walk back from the dining room. She'd walk to get her hair done. It was amazing to see it. Going from nothing to completely bedbound to up and walking around, it was amazing.
Although care is often seen as meeting basic needs such as meals and personal hygiene, how you look and feel about yourself can often be just as important.
I suppose the support and care really you'd put into kind of two different types of categories. One, you had the one where they were helping with all the physiotherapy and all the getting better physically. And then you had the other side where it was like going out for shopping, and that was just, I suppose, cheer you up and mentally to get you back to thinking in a better frame of mind. One of the things that helped me to feel better about myself was definitely getting some personal care in the fact of having my hair done.
Just the usual, Linda?
Yes, I got my nails done and started to feel a bit more, I don't know, attractive is not the right word, more presentable is probably the right word. Just feeling a bit normality, and that certainly made a difference to me. Certainly did help my confidence a great deal.
Well, Margaret, my manager, came down and said Linda was coming from Aberdeen, and she was saying that you were in your bed,
right,
and you had hair, really long hair, and
in state.
Yeah.
Tell the truth.
So she was saying we'll need to get something sorted for Linda. So we discussed what we were going to do with your hair, and then I came and met you, and we just got on with it from then.
The first time Anna cut my hair, she cut it from being very long to sort of medium length, and I didn't really pay much attention, and I was not really caring too much. But the second time when we decided to go from that length up to the shorter length, then I sort of was starting to take notice then and enjoying it more. And we got on well together, so which was good. We would, talk about lots of different things, and it was helped me come out of myself again, because I'd got very insular.
I always say that it's like 50% to do with the hair, and it's more about just chatting and things like that,
Yeah, connection with the outside world, isn't it?
Yeah. Because we used to talk about the newspapers. I always read the paper before I went to see Linda, and then we
put the world to rights
with that, which kept us busy.
It did. Not wanting to work 12 hours shifts anyway, that's the thing.
It's like therapy.
Yeah. Yes.
It is, it's like therapy.
After seeing that, a bit of a hairdo and just brightening yourself up, some clothes and everything can make all the difference. You can go out and sort of confront the world, as it were. You feel more ready to do it.
And although nervous at first, working with care staff and family enabled Linda to make her first trip outside and feel part of the world again.
Before we took Linda out, I had to build her up to it. Actually, it just wasn't, I went in one morning and said, Linda, we're going to walk. I had to build her up and say, well, do you think you might want to go out today? And I got used to that, Linda saying no. And one day I went in and I had said, it's a lovely day, Linda. Do you think you might want to go along the river and feed the ducks and maybe... And that day she said yes, and I was like, oh yes. So the first time I took Linda out was along the river with other residents. And it was a lovely sunny day, and I got her wrapped up and we went along to feed the ducks. And what a difference in Linda when we came back. She was a different person. She couldn't stop talking about how great it was to be out in the fresh air, how she had missed it, and to interact with other people, say hello. And that helped Linda a lot, that she wasn't invisible. She was a person, and that helped as well.
And even a simple trip out to the shops can make a big difference.
Certainly, the first time I went out that I felt there was any great significance or made a big difference was the first time I went out to shop, because I hadn't been shopping for a long time. I went into Ayr and did some clothes shopping, which was great, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. And that certainly made me think, well, yes, this is, something I can do. And that day we went into Ayr and did the shopping. It was a big difference, yeah.
Through her own efforts and supported by care staff, Linda made an extraordinary recovery. And within a year, she was finally able to leave the nursing home.
Well, now I've moved into sheltered housing. I have my single room, which has a bed, sitting room. I have a back door, which means I can get out to the garden area. At the moment, I have the personal care from the carers who come in, who help me with washing and dressing, both in the morning and in the evening.
Moving back to be near family has also made a huge difference in Linda's life, especially in being able to live independently.
Now my family is extremely important to me. I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing or be how I am if I wasn't getting the full support of them. It's paramount to me, being able to live in the community. My family come in and make sure I get out and about. They always come in just to make sure I'm okay, help with shopping, help with my housework, because obviously these are things that I'm very not able to do a great deal of, if anything at all. And also I always know that they're just at the end of the phone if I ever need them. They're not far away. And just the fact of somebody popping in and having a blather.
Gosh, she loves to pose, doesn't she?
Aye. That's all that matters. Well, yeah, I definitely would not be able to do it without them. Well, I can get up and make a cup of tea when I fancy one. Well, looking back to where I was, say, 18 months ago, my life's very different. Well, physically I'm certainly improved, that is for sure, and my outlook in life has tremendously improved. I was extremely depressed, and now I'm finding more to look forward to than not. For me, the most important thing for care staff really is to listen and to pay attention to what someone's saying to you, not just to go, yep, yep, and then go ahead. Listen and take note, because if you do that, the person you're dealing with will be more than happy.